Hello, York Sports Network. We are back with another baseball stream. Sorry for the delay here. We're in the top of the second here. Score is 1-1. The Duke struck first in the first inning. They scored on a Ryan Turner RBI base hit. But Hinsdale Central responded right back, capitalizing off of an error by pitcher Tommy Van Daff, and able to score a run on a RBI single by Charlie Bergen of Hinsdale Central, who the Dukes are taking on for their final conference matchup today. Final conference series. Tommy Van Daff, as I recently said before, he's on the mound today. He's trying to work out of a jam. This is a ground ball to Paul Reedy, who throws right to second, where Nico Ruggieri is covering. Van Daff gives up the run, but is able to get out of the runners on the corners. Tough spot there for Tommy. We hit at the bottom of the second. Coming up.
Bottom of the second for the Dukes. The first baseman, number 7.
Back to the bottom of the second here. Jack Braun leading things off. He had his first high school home run in the series against LT, so special moment for that young man. He's going to take ball one outside. On the mound for the Hinsdale Central Red Devils is going to be Cole Clausen. Gonna miss down low, ball two. My name is Connor Troy. With me today is Luca DeSanto. Braun awaits for the 2-0. Holds off, but doesn't get ball three. Instead gets strike one. Now the 2-1 on its way. Braun gonna check his swing, kind of a half swing there. It's cut and a miss. Count evens out at 2-2. Two on its way to Braun. Called strike three. Had him looking. So Braun is retired on strikes for the first time today.
The left fielder, number
There's
4,
one out.
Matt
Barton steps up for the first time today. Barton getting the start in left field as he has for the last couple games. Is the senior going to swing and miss, or foul tip? It's the call for strike one. Ball number one, my apologies. Pitch is outside. 2-1. Called strike two. It's going to be called outside for a ball. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that one's going to be high and outside. So Barton doing a good job working the count here. Clausen on full count delivers. Barton spoils that pitch, stays alive. Ryan Lazowski's on deck. He's DHing for Tommy Van Daff today. The payoff pitch. Barton hits a high pop-up, shallow left field. Calling it is the shortstop who ranges over and makes the play. It's going to be number 6, Max Merlo.
Batting next for the Dukes, the designated hitter, number 33, Ryan Lazowski.
Connor, the Dukes had a good first inning. They were leading this game. If everyone who's watching didn't see. Started off with a double, I believe, from Josh Fleming, if I'm right.
Yeah, Josh Fleming started it off, and Ryan Lazowski takes a big cut and a miss. Lazowski waits for the next pitch. Set a curveball called, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Cole Clausen. He escapes with no damage, goes 1-2-3. Tommy Van Daff going back out for his third inning of work. Grant Davis steps into the box for the second time today. Grounded out his first time up. Tommy Van Daff gets ready to work. First pitch is swung on, driven left field. Barton, who makes a leaping catch, almost ran in too much. Able to make the grab.
Great catch for Barton there.
First pitch out.
Batting next for the Red Devils, the left fielder,
For
number
Tommy Van
8,
Daff as he's able
Joe
to retire
Boggs.
Davis. Joe Boggs steps in. And Daff fires in a strike. The first pitch. Able to command the strike zone very well. The 0-1 on its way. Change up that's low and away. One and one the count. And Daff misses upstairs. Two and one. Hit right at Tommy, who makes a nice play. Gonna flip it to Braun at first. And Boggs is retired.
Batting next for the Red Devils,
2 up, 2
the
down so
designated
far.
hitter, number 12,
Now
Ben
it's going to bring up
Osterman.
Ben Oosterbaan. Oosterbaan committed to play at the University of Michigan next year. But he's going for his pitching. He's a solid hitter, bats third and plays shortstop. He's going to hit this one to the shortstop. Josh Fleming has trouble with it. And he's not going to be able to make a throw to first.
Fumbled the ball a bit there.
Had a hard time coming up with that one. Oosterbaan hit that pretty hard on the ground. And that's probably going to be an infield base hit for Oosterbaan as he stands on first. Van Daff has to face Max Pavlik, who drew a walk his last time up. Oosterbaan stands at 6'5", but he's got some nice speed. He plays basketball. Pavlik held a swing apparently. The appeal to the second base, or the field umpire standing by second base, says he held his swing. Van Daff gonna try and pick off at first. Oosterbaan slides in safe. We did not have a very big leadoff. 1-0 has popped up and out of play. One and one the count. Van Daff deals low. Nearly hits Pavlik. Good block by Rasmus as well, stopping that one from going to the backstop. Two, 1-1. Tommy gonna throw back again. This time it was a little bit closer, but Oosterbaan still slides in safely. Van Daff's next pitch, up and away. Count is now 3-1. On its way. It's upstairs, ball 4. Van Daff walks Pavlik for the second time today.
Batting next for the Red Devils, the
And now
center
Gavin
fielder,
Wade steps
number 14, Gavin Vanderloon.
up to bat. Gavin Vanderloon reached on the throwing error made by Van Daff in the first inning. Or second inning, my apologies, as Tommy fires in strike one. Nice slider there. And this one is hit in the gap between short and third. They're going to hold Oosterbaan, who made it a far way off the base. That's a base hit. No run scores, and we have bases loaded now. Oosterbaan almost didn't read the stop sign. It looked like he was kind of looking behind him a little bit. He must have missed his coach. He finally realized they did not have the green light to go home. He had to stop.
Number 18, Charlie Bergen.
This is a risky moment right now for Hinsdale Central. Obviously, you got 2 outs, but high risk, high reward right now. You could get a grand slam or a couple people home, even.
That's the goal. Bergen gets ready for his first pitch, and he's going to swing and miss at a fastball. Fouled off and out of play, hits the netting. 0-2 the count. Good spot for Tommy to be in. Ahead early in a tight situation. He has to be careful though. Oosterbaan has a very big lead. It's a wild pitch as this one is roped into left field. This is going to score 1, maybe 2. The relay to the plate. Reedy's throw is low. Rasmus couldn't come up with it, and going to third is Gavin Vanderloon. Charlie Bergen delivers 2 RBI base hit, and Hinsdale Central takes their lead back.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Rasmus. He was right there by the base. He got the ball in time, but just wasn't touching the bag.
Yeah, the throw was low, so he wasn't able to make the tag at the plate. That's going to lead to a two-run base hit. And check swing. Rasmus going to throw it down. Ruggieri comes to cut off the throw, trying to get the fake.
Coach is not happy about that as Ruggieri got right in front of the second baseman to get the grab. Or shortstop to get the grab.
I don't think that's a coach. I think that's a parent. That's a design play. You're trying to fake the runner off, try and bait him to go home. Doesn't work this time. Bergen at second. Tommy gets set. One's outside apparently to Max Merlo, the shortstop. soft fly out to center field his first time up. Ooh, that one nearly hits him. Has to jump out of the way. Count is 2-1. Set the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 the count. Tommy trying to get out of a second and third jam after giving up 2 runs. Trying to limit the damage here. Gets set. Here's the pitch. It's low. Count is full. Full count. 2 outs. Pitch is hitting the same gap the last 3 balls have been hit. And that's going to score 1. And holding at third.
Batting next for the Red Devils, the right
Gavin
fielder, number 5,
Vandeloon.
Jeffrey Cruiser.
Charlie Bergen at third. My apologies. Aboard first with a base hit, Max Merlot. Picks up an RBI, and the inning continues for Van Daff. Jeffrey Presser up the bat. Van Daff, first pitch curveball right there for strike number 1. The 0-1 on its way, swing and a miss. Chasing the high fastball, 0-2. The 0-2 runner goes, swing and a high pop up in the infield. Braun has it. Oh, and it's going to fall. He lost it in the sun. A run scores. Everybody's safe. Disaster for the Dukes here in the third inning as the damage continues.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate play for the Dukes. I mean, you're right under the ball, but part of it is not their fault. The sun is right, beaming down right on the field right now.
Yeah, sun was right there, but unfortunately that would have been the third out, and that was some very weak contact, so Tommy has to go to work again. And this one's popped up right side, Braun ranging over, and this one's going to be over the netting and foul. And with that last run scoring on the misplayed fly ball, it is now 5-1. It's been a 4-inning third for Hinsdale Central. Curveball in there, strike 2. And they're doing an excellent job just finding the ball and hitting some liners in between Reedy and Fleming on the left side. The 0-2, this one's hit into left center field. This one's going back, and this one's going to go all the way to the wall. Danko comes up, fires it, and throws it to Ruggieri. 2 runs are in. That's a 2 RBI double for Luke Jurek.
Batting next for the Red Devils.
Yeah, that's the perfect hit for that
2,
moment, too. You got a
Brent
man on
Davis.
first and a man on third. Perfect splitter right through.
Yeah, just not the pitch Tommy was looking for. He left that 2-seam fastball just a little bit too elevated, and he didn't get the movement downwards like he wanted it to, and that's an easy barrel finder. And Luke Jurek makes him pay. And we're back to the top of the lineup. This ball in the dirt. Rasmus able to block it. Back to Grant Davis, who led off the inning and was the first out. First 2 batters were the only 2 outs of this inning. Now we're back to the one hitter as he hits a ground ball. Reedy misplays it. That's a bad pop. And they're going to send the runner. The throw from Barton to Rasmus. Gun by a mile. See you later. But not after Hinsdale Central scores 6 runs. Dukes have work to do. Bottom of the third coming up.
The third baseman, number 21, Paul Reedy.
Paul Reedy leading the inning off as York tries to play catch-up. Down 6 runs. Reedy, the third baseman, gonna hit a chopper to third base, and the throw is high. Reedy beat out the throw anyways. Didn't bring Grant Davis off the bag. He did have to reach up a little higher for it, but Reedy, using his speed, gets to first base.
Ruggieri.
And this is exactly what the Dukes need to get things started. Infield single by Paul Reedy. Nico Ruggieri. Shows bunt. Pulls it back, but takes strike 1. And Luca, all 6 runs scored last inning were all unearned on Tommy Van Daff. Just errors were not helping him. Ruggieri awaits the 0-1. Takes ball 1. Count is now 1-1. Ruggieri got really hot for a couple weeks and found his way out of the lineup. Now finds his way back in as the Dukes try and find a main second baseman. As he hits this one sharply towards the shortstop, it bounces over his head and into left field. One of the weirdest base hits.
Bounced up between
So
the
far,
grass and
yeah.
the dirt.
Batting next for the Dukes.
This
The
field
catcher,
just
number
has some
2,
crazy hops
Jack
in it,
Rosmus.
which makes it even more important why you have to charge the ball. But sometimes, like that one, it's like almost like a soft liner, low soft liner, and it just catches it at the perfect spot and over the shortstop's head and into the outfield. So no outs, runners on first and second, top of the order. This is exactly what you want to have up. Jack Rosmus takes ball 1 outside. Coach Kalal experimenting with a lot of different lineups, but this seems to be the one he's sticking with for the rest of the year. As a very close pitch is called for ball 2. Rosmus able to get on base, make contact, and provide power when you need it. As they're going to try and back pick at first, diving back safely, Ruggieri. Count is now 3-0. Rosmus has a great eye at the plate, able to hit for contact, and able to hit for some power too. 3-0 on its way. Outside, ball 4, so bases are loaded.
Batting next for the Dukes, the center fielder,
Here's
number
Danko
19,
steps in.
Chris Danko.
Rosmus trots off as there's going to be a pinch runner, Eli Maurer, arguably the fastest kid on the team. It's one of the pluses of having your catcher as your leadoff man. You can pinch run whoever you want. Coach Kalal decides on Maurer today. He's got a lot of speed on the bench. Eli Maurer, Brian Filosa, 2 very speedy options as Danko fouls this one off left side.
This is a great time to have Danko in. I mean, thank God he's up in the order right now. Bases loaded. I mean, this would get the Dukes back into this game as it's looking out of control already in the 3rd inning.
I think it's a high pop-up left side out of play. Ryan Sloan stretching out in the bullpen. We'll probably see him soon as he's slated to be the second pitcher today. See him within the next 2 innings, very likely. Yeah, Luca, and heart of the order getting started, Danko, Fleming, and Turner. Danko been hitting the ball pretty well this last week as he pokes this one. This should score a run. Danko gonna beat out the double play. Nice hustle by Chris. Gets the run in on the fielder's choice. Going to third is Ruggieri. Paul Reedy comes in to score.
Batting next for the Dukes,
Maurer's
the
speed wasn't
shortstop,
enough as that
number
was right to the
12,
shortstop.
Josh Fleming.
Good hitting by Danko, just able to take the outside pitch and get the run in. That's exactly what they needed right there. So we're chipping back. Josh Fleming now steps in. Hit a double his first time up. Gets a first pitch curveball inside. One 0. Hit on the ground and out of play down the third baseline. 1-1. Clausen set. Runners go. Pitch in the dirt. Danko steals second, standing up. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Oh, fastball called for a ball. Hinsdale parents really letting the umpire hear it. And Luca, that was a pretty close pitch.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been calling that all game. I don't know how much complaining will change his strike zone. Fleming, swing and a miss. Took a big hack at that fastball on 3-1, and that's the type of swing you like to see. You're ahead in the count. Takes a big swing. But now, the count being full, maybe shorten up the swing a little bit. Just you need to put the ball in play. There's only one out. Ground ball scores a run. Fleming pops this one up. There's been trouble all day, and he catches the ball
Some
in
people
foul territory.
Some people are complaining that he got hit, the catcher or the first baseman.
No, well, you can't go out of your way to make contact with the fielder to
right
obscure
fielder,
him catching the ball. As long as you're in the
Turner.
baseline, you're free to bump into him if you want. And Fleming did not move out of the baseline, and he didn't do anything wrong there. It's not really sure what these parents are upset about. Because the rules are the rules. Anyways, Ryan Turner steps up to bat, hit a base hit. Responsible for one or two of York's only runs as he fouls a slider out to right. Jerry on third, Danko on second. Duke's chasing 5. Turner swing and a miss, this time at a changeup. It's a beautiful placed changeup, bottom of the zone by Cole Clausen. Had a lot of traffic this inning, but he's doing a nice job slowly working his way out of it. This one's in the dirt. Couldn't locate the changeup that time. Count goes to 1-2. Look at it. York's had a lot of traffic, but a couple of those early hits were just kind of not very lucky. You had Reedy infield single. So here's the pitch. Turner takes it down low again. Count evens out at 2-2. You had Reedy's infield single, which was not the best throw by the third baseman, it didn't look like he picked it up all that cleanly either, and Reedy was able to hustle down the line and get to first. And then you had Ruggieri's base hit, which bounced in front of the shortstop, but he looked like he had squared it up perfectly. It was just a terrible bounce.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the run scored. As there's a ground ball, this one might get through, and it does. One run is in. Danko flying home. Turner rounding first, get a hold there, and that's a 2 RBI base hit for Ryan Turner. Exactly what the Dukes needed. 2 more runs score.
And
that's 3 on the inning, and that's a 3-run game.
7, Jack
Yeah, that was
Braun.
a great hit. It was looking just to be a single, but I mean, we've been seeing a couple of errors here from both sides. Another dropped fastball going through the shortstop.
Jack Braun up the bat. Hits this one on the ground. This one's going to get through past the first baseman. Oh, no, the second baseman got it. What a play. But he throws it away to the first baseman. Turner goes to third. Braun holding at first. I'm just more amazed at the fact that the second baseman was even able to go out there and
Batting next for the
get
Dukes,
that.
the left fielder, number 4, Matt
Jurek
Martin.
able to go out.
Timeout called
Make a
here.
tough play. Yeah, time called by Hinsdale Central, maybe talking things over. Not a lot of hard contact hit off of Cole Clausen this inning. Just good situational hitting it at the right places, getting it through the holes. So Turner at third, Braun at first. So back-to-back singles, runners on the corners. Matt Barton steps in.
Just noticed Barton has no batting gloves on.
Yeah, Barton, one of the few kids who does not hit with batting gloves on. Very interesting. It's not something you see. Barton squares up, pushes this one just a little bit foul. If he had gotten that, it looked he was halfway down the line. He would have been at first safe by a mile. Interesting scenario to bunt in, though. 2 outs, but I've seen Barton show bunt a couple times. I think I've seen a couple of successful bunts of his. He's actually quite good at the lost skill, it seems. We do not see it as you get older. So there's outside for ball 1. Clausen mixing up his pitch as well, keeping these hitters on their toes. Barton hits this one up the middle. Should be playable. Oh, it's booted by the second baseman. Everyone's going to be safe. Turner scores. And this inning just continues as this ball thrown over the Clausen's head.
The Dukes,
catcher was ready for it.
Designated hitter, number 33, Ryan Lazowski.
That's going to be an E4, but an RBI for Barton. Whatever gets the job done. Runners on first and second. Braun advanced to second on that one. And now Ryan Lazowski, who struck out looking his first time up, tries to do some damage here with 2 gone. Take a change up downstairs, ball 1.
This inning's been good for the Dukes. They're staying up with Hinsdale Central after that last inning. Their performance was incredible. But this is just a good way to stay in the game. Almost as if when you get to 7, you're just restarting 0-0, able to stay competitive and stay tied up with Hinsdale.
Took the last pitch for a ball. This time he hits this one up the middle. Oh, what a play by the shortstop who flips to second. The fielder's choice and the final out in the inning. Lazowski hit that ball very hard, almost took out the field umpire. But he pulled out some nice jiu-jitsu moves and dodged the ball. Top 4 we go. Tommy Van Daff out again.
For Hinsdale Central, the left fielder, number 8, Joe Boggs.
Joe Boggs starting things off for the Red Devils in the top of the 4th inning. Looks at a curveball for ball 1. Boggs 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts today. Fouls this one straight back. Count evens out to 1-1. One. This one's popped up. Braun ranging over. Fights the sun. Makes the catch in foul ground for the first out.
Batting next for the Red Devils, designated hitter number 12, Ben Osterman.
Ben Oosterman steps in for the third time today. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error his last time up. Checks his swing. He did go, says the home plate umpire. Couldn't hold his swing on the nice changeup from Tommy Van Daff. The 0-1 is going to be grounded to Fleming, and he boots it again for the second time today. Both times plays from Oosterman. That one just kicked off the top of his hand, the very end of his glove.
Batting next for the Red Devils, the
that
third
tough
baseman,
part that protects
number 26,
the palm of your
Max
hand.
Pavlik.
There's going to be a meeting at the mound. Ryan Sloan comes out of the bullpen as Tommy Van Daff has likely hit his pitch limit for the day. Nice outing by Tommy. Ryan Sloan will enter, inheriting Ben Oosterman at first base. Will return after this pitching change. Back to the action here at the top of the fourth. Ryan Sloan enters in relief for Tommy Van Daff. Sloan inherits Ben Oosterman at first base. Facing Max Pavlik, steps off. Sloan 6'4", 240. Does a fastball, changeup, slider mix. There's the fastball. Pavlik had no chance of catching up to that one. Swings and misses. That's strike one. Sloan just going to throw back over to Oosterman, who's been dancing around the bases the last couple of times he's been on. Got Tommy to throw over. Got Sloan to throw over. Strike two. That time that fastball had some nice movement. Started down the middle and just kind of broke off to outside to Pavlik at the very last second. And swing and a miss. Strike three. Pavlik retired, chasing the high fastball. Way late on that
Red
one.
Devils, the center fielder, number
Sloan picks up his
14,
first strikeout
Gavin
of the day.
Vandaloon.
Gavin Vandaloon steps in. Sloan just checking on Oosterbaan over there. Throws back over. Comes set. The pitch. Oosterbaan goes. Strike one. Rasmus's throw way high. Ruggieri able to cut that off before it gets to the outfield. And Oosterbaan successfully swipes second base. Sloan does get strike one on Vanderloon with the slider. Okay, that's probably his best pitch. That's his biggest out pitch, and that's one of the big reasons why he's able to get offers from schools like Wake Forest, as there's that slider again called for strike two. Just got this tight spin with that late break, and it's really difficult for hitters to read it and make contact. So this time he goes high, fastball. Vanderloon able to make contact, fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. Sloan comes set. Delivers slider, swinging him. Bottom of the fourth here. Paul Reedy steps in. Takes ball one. A foul. The second pitch straight back. Ryan Sloan able to come in relief. Put his 0 on the board. As York is still chasing 2 runs here. At the bottom of the fourth. Reedy held his swing. Count is now 2-1. Set the delivery. Called outside. Ball 3. Reedy swinging, crushes this one to left field. But playable for the center fielder, who comes ranging over and makes the catch. Gavin Vanderloon showing off that good range.
For the Dukes, the second baseman, number
3. Ruggieri steps in, takes strike one. Cole Clausen has had a couple of long innings, especially the last inning. He's back at work, so Ruggieri ducks out of the way. Ruggieri takes inside again. Two and one on its way. It's outside. 3-1 now. One out. York looking for a base runner. Three-1 is ball 4. Ruggieri walks. He's reached base
batting next for
both
the
of his
Dukes,
plate
the
appearances.
catcher, number
Back
2,
to the top of the order. Jack Rasmus.
Oh.
Rasmus 0 for 1. The ground out to third base being the only time he was retired. Walked his last time up. As fouls this one. Straight back. Backstop. 0-1. Ruggieri getting a couple extra steps. Does not go. Rasmus, however, crushes this one on the ground. It's going to go roll into left field for a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Raz. And he just smashed that one on the ground. In between that
Batting next for the
shortstop,
Dukes,
third base
the center
hole. We've seen so many
fielder,
balls
number
hit.
19,
Eli
Chris
Maurer out to
Danko.
pinch hit. Raz back in. Chris Danko up with runners on first and second, 1 out. As that's a curveball that gets away from the catcher. Runners advance to second and third. And that's a costly pitch from Clausen right there, as that eliminates the potential for the double play. Danko hits this one left field. Should be deep enough. Tagging is Ruggieri. Slides in safely. It's a 1-run ball game. 7-6. Maurer has to stay at second.
Batting next for the Dukes, the shortstop, number 12, Josh Fleming.
Danko does his job, brings in the run. Josh Fleming now has an opportunity to tie it. He's 1 for 2. Popped out to the first baseman. And he's going to hit this one high to the right side. Going to be out of play. Doesn't matter how much Grant Davis runs for it. Once it passes that, once it's lined up and past the imaginary line set by the netting, it's out of play. Fleming down 0-1. It's curveball next pitch. Called strike 2. Josh quickly in a hole. They need to find a way to break out of it. Maurer on second. 2 outs. Fleming fouls off the curveball. Job by Flems to spoil the pitch. Count remains 0-2. Here's the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt. And blocked in front by the catcher, Charlie Bergen. So Maurer still at second. Fleming awaits the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And that's going to end the inning, but not after the Dukes score a run on Chris Danko's sac fly. Ryan Sloan going out the second inning.
Leading off the top of the fifth for Hinsdale Central, the catcher, number 18, Charlie Bergen.
Back here, top of the fifth, Charlie Bergen up to bat for Hinsdale Central here.
Sloan gets ready. First pitch outside. Bergen able to check his swing. 1-0. Oregon fouls Sloan's fastball. Backing out of play. Sloan trying to keep Hinsdale Central's lead to 1. The count goes to 2-1. That fastball is in there for a strike. 2-2.
Looked a bit outside there to me.
I mean, are you complaining? Sloan getting a strike. Rasmus, beautiful frame job. That fastball just a bit upstairs, however. Count is now full. Slider, swing and a miss, strike 3. All 3 of Sloan's outs have come via the strikeout. And there's one out this inning. And he's carving up the Red Devil lineup so far. Max Merlot steps in. Sloan's first pitch, Merlot shows bunt, but he whiffs on that attempt. 0-1.
Happening right now, too, the girls' varsity lacrosse game, Connor.
Yeah, and that should be an exciting matchup. This pitch is just outside. Two and one. Sloan gets set, delivers, and this one's grounded up the middle. Going to be a base hit. Max Merlot breaks the Red Devil strikeout streak with a ground ball base hit.
Batting next for the Red Devils, the right fielder, number 5, Jeffrey Prusser.
So Jeffrey Prusser. One out. Steps in the box. Sloan throws back. Hinsdale Central base runners been dancing with both the York pitchers pretty much all day. Sloan gets set, delivers, swing and a miss. High fastball. Prusser couldn't lay off the high heat from Sloan. Got a relatively decent crowd here today, Luca. How many people do you think are in attendance in today's game? Runner goes, and that one's fouled off. Prusser fouls off the slider. Now, Luca, what?
I'm gonna say in the high 50s,
High 50s
low 60s maybe.
of fans between both sides. Saw quite a few Central parents here. I'm gonna have to disagree though. I'm gonna go 63.
63.
Someone.
I'll give you a head count at the end of the game.
You're gonna count everyone. Runner goes again. Sloan's pitch high. Rasmus, great throw. Throw down to second. And he's out of there. What a throw by Jack Rasmus. Gunning out Max Merlot. It was a beautiful throw. Fleming applied the tag.
Great read there by Rasmus.
Great read. He had went the last pitch. Rasmus popping up almost instantly. And there's 2 outs in the inning. And it's 1-2. To Prusser. Sloan gets set, delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3, swords him on that one. Catches him out in front, makes him look foolish, and strikes him out. And that's Sloan's 4th K today. We head to the bottom of the 5th, where York is down 1. Back to the action
Hinsdale
here.
Central, number 24.
Pitching change.
Jimmy Spagaletti.
Hinsdale Central.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth
Jimmy
for the
Spagaletti
Dukes,
comes in.
the right fielder, number 20, Ryan Turner.
Ryan Turner leading off the inning. So he's going to hit this one on the ground. Foul. Oh, and 1 the count. Next pitch is a curveball hit towards the shortstop, ranging up the middle. Nice throw. Nice play. First out.
Batting next for the Dukes, the first baseman, number 7, Jack Braun.
Spagaletti is committed to Illinois Wesleyan University, where he will be playing baseball after his high school career. Jack Braun steps in. 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Takes ball 1 outside. 1-0. Braun hits this one. Right field. Driven. Under it. And making the catch is Jeffrey Pruser. Nice play there.
Batting next for the Dukes, the left
Braun hit
fielder,
that very
number
high.
4, Matt
So I gave him enough
Barton.
time to get under it and make the play. Matt Barton steps in. First pitch in there for a strike. The 0-1 is curveball called for a ball. To be about right down the middle. Must be too high for the umpire's liking. Goes back to the curve, and this time it's called for a strike. Barton now down 1-2. There's 2 outs. Barton fouls this one back. So he's staying alive. 2 on its way. Curveball. And this one's going to be hit right to first base. Play is made by Grant Davis. And the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Jimmy Spagaletti. Dukes go back out onto the field. Try and keep this a 1-run game. We'll be back at the start of the 6th.
Leading off the top of the 6th for Hinsdale Central,
Top of the 6th inning
the
now.
second baseman,
Ryan
number
Sloan.
9, Luke Jurak.
Back to work. Faces Luke Jarek to start. Grant Davis is on deck and Joe Boggs in the hole. Jarek 1 for 2 with the double. Takes ball 1 outside, facing one of the toughest pitchers in the state of Illinois. Definitely the best pitcher you could face in the conference. He's going to hit this one sharply foul. Count evens out 1-1. Sloan set, delivers, foul. Straight back by Jurek. Count evens out at 1-2. Jurek yet to really hit a ball hard, even on the foul ones. They've been very weak contact. As it's a nice pitch by Sloan, but umpire not giving him the call. One looked to be painted right on the corner. The 2-2 is a slider inside that nearly hit him. Count is full. Sloan set, delivers. Inside ball 4. Jerk draws the walk.
Batting next for the Red Devils, the first baseman, number 2, Grant Davis.
Grant Davis steps into the box. Sloan, quick pickoff, brings Braun off the bag. And diving back in safely is Luke Jurek. Sloan tries again, no good. Jurek with a big lead. And Davis fouls that one straight back. 0-1. Oh, 1 the count. That ball is upstairs. And pick off again. That one was closer than the other ones, but Braun would have had him if he held on to the ball. Jurek taking an even bigger lead, and he's going to go, and Davis fouls that one off. One and two. Jurek taking a lead, not as big as the last one. Sloan does not throw over. Runner does not go. This one's chopped. Reedy picks it up in foul ground. Count going to stay at 1 and 2. Big battle between these two between the hitter and pitcher. Sloan goes slider. This one just a little bit outside. Count evens up 2 and 2. Sloan just gonna keep Jurek in check. Not really a throw over with that much intent in it. Just trying to keep him closer to the base. Comes set the pitch. Jurek goes. This one's tapped. Reedy gonna pick it up and foul ground. Soft hit ball. Just kept going to the left and stayed foul. The battle continues.
Still saying a close game here.
Close game. This inning is even more important. That makes that run so much more important for the Red Devils. Jurek doesn't go. Swing and a miss. Davis strikes out. Sloan picks up another strikeout.
The left fielder, number 8, Joe Boggs.
Every single out he has gotten has been from the strikeout. The only other out he had help with was Rasmus's throw down to second. Sloan throws back again. He thought he got him that time. No. Says the umpire. The call is safe. Boggs steps in, shows bunt, and misses. That's going to be called for a strike. Oh, 1. Here it goes. They pitch out. One bounce throw into second. Oh! It looked like Rasmus got him by a mile. The umpire saying
not
he
sure.
was under it. Not really sure.
Not sure about that call.
Not sure what he saw. Sloan was kind of blocking me. He's a very big man. Couldn't really see over him. Count is now 1-1. Pitch out did not work. Now Boggs just going to foul that one back. Surprised he got a piece of it. Now Boggs comes set, fouls this one back, staying alive. Count remains 1-2. Sloan comes set. The 1-2 on its way. Fouled off. Boggs just getting a little piece of that one and staying alive. One, two. This one's flared into foul territory, and Reedy can't make his way over and get it. Just hit a little bit too far. A little bit too much velocity. So Boggs fouls off yet another pitch. Stays alive. Both Boggs and Davis both making Sloan work really hard for these outs. But swing and a miss. Sloan goes fastball. Boggs can't catch up, and he's down on strikes. Sloan picks up his 6th strikeout of the day. And Ben Oosterban.
Good performance from Sloan tonight as pitcher.
Yeah, Sloan doing an excellent job commanding the strike zone. And he's fought through and came up victorious on these last 2 hitters. He now has 2 outs. And easily the toughest out in the lineup is up right now. Sloan fires in a fastball, strike 1. This is Oosterbahn's first time seeing Sloan. He's 0 for 3 today. He's reached on 2 errors. Sloan gets set. Throw slider, Oosterbahn swing and a miss. 0-2 is the count. 7-6 game. Top of the 6th inning. Runner in scoring position. Ben Oosterbahn down 0-2. Sloan's pitch. Runner goes. Swing. Right to the shortstop. Fleming makes a play. Nice throw. He's safe, and the run comes in to score. Jurek was flying down the line. That ball was hit very slow. Fleming had to charge and do the first, and Oosterbahnn reaches on an infield single.
Yeah, you were just saying that was a great setup. Jurek was moving. The ball was not easy run in, not even sacrificing an out either.
Sloan throws over, tries picking off Oosterbahnn. Sloan was visibly upset with that last call made. He thought he should have had the out there. Oosterbaan goes as this ball's roped into right field, and going all the way down to the wall is Turner. He's chasing it. Oosterbaan's going to score. Turner fires in a wide throw and going to third, and sliding in safely is Max Pavlik. Picks up an RBI double. That makes it 9-6.
The center fielder, number 14, Gavin
So after
Vanderloon.
back-to-back strikeouts, Sloan gives up an infield single to Oosterbaan and a big booming double to Max Pavlik. And that extends this Red Devils team lead to 3. Sloan goes slider. Call a ball.
Yeah, this Hinsdale team in the same situation that they were in the third inning where they scored a ton of runs. 2 outs, looking grim in the beginning, but they just go on a run here. 2 runs already, and now you got a man on third.
Perfect time to add on more runs. Just make the comeback even more difficult for the Dukes, as next time they go up, they have 7, 8, 9 coming up. Sloan just trying to stop the bleeding here, as that ball's fouled off. One and 2 on Gavin Vanderloon. As he goes slider, and Vanderloon swings and misses, and he strikes out. Sloan gets out of it, but not after Hinsdale Central scores 2 more runs. It's 9-6. Bottom of the 6th coming up. We're back to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ryan Lazowski leading things off. He's 0 for 2 in today's contest. He's going to take ball 1, big, slow curveball from Jimmy Spagaletti. One 0 to Lazowski. Turns into a 2-0. Change up in the dirt. The 2-0 is chopped foul. Lazowski took a big swing and just got on top of that one. Duke's trailing by 3 runs. Lazowski hits this one on the ground to third base, and the throw is made. Lazowski's retired.
Heading next for the Dukes, the
third time
baseman,
today.
number 21.
Good hustle there from
Paul
Lazowski, just couldn't
Reedy.
get there in time.
Yeah, the ball chopper, decent speed, easily fieldable for the third baseman, Max Pavlik. No trouble with that. Paul Reedy steps in, takes ball 1. And he's going to hit this one down the line. That's a fair ball. And Paul Reedy's aboard with a single. Takes a big turn at first, but the ball just died in the outfield grass. Nonetheless, it's a 1-out base hit for Paul. The Dukes have a runner on.
Perfect hit by Paul Reedy there. Just right down the
Batting next
line
for the Dukes,
of
the
left
second
field.
baseman, number
Plenty of time to get over to
Nico
first base.
Ruggieri.
Keeps the hands in and just turned on the inside pitch. Just on the line. Pavlik had no shot of getting that one. Now Nico Ruggieri steps in. It's this one high in the air. Right side. Going to be out of play. Into the Hinsdale Central bullpen. Spaghetti gets set, delivers, upstairs, 1-1. Dukes have just 5 outs left to make something happen here. And Ruggieri drives this one left center field, shallow, playable, catch is made, Reedy retreats back to first. Gavin Vanderloon making the play.
Batting next for the Dukes, the catcher, number 2, Jack Rosmus.
2 outs. Jack Rosmus is up. Dukes have a runner on. Need 3 runs. This is a very important series, as if they win 2 out of 3, they will get second in their conference. So Rosmus takes ball 1 upstairs. And Rosmus swinging a drive. Deep center field. But that's going to die and fall into the glove of Gavin Vanderloon. That was a hard hit ball, but right there was Vanderloon. And now we go to the top of the 7th. The Dukes need to hold the Red Devils. They're down 3. Top of the 7th here.
Leading off the top of the 7th
In
for
Elmhurst.
Central, the
Ryan
catcher,
Sloan
number 18,
back on the mound.
Charlie Bergen.
For another inning of work, Charlie Bergen steps in for the 4th time today. Bergen 2 for 3 with the strikeout. Struck out the first time he faced Sloan. We're just going to start this count ahead 1-0. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Most of the Hinsdale Central hitters really struggling keeping up with that pitch. Sloan just throws it in the mid to upper 90s. It's fastball again, this time it's outside. Sloan had a little bit of a longer inning than I think he anticipated. Giving up a couple of runs. Big slider. Can't get Bergen to swing at it. Count is 3-1. Sloan gets set, delivers, and Bergen fouls off his fastball. Count is full. Sloan probably looking for a low traffic inning. He's had someone on base every inning he's appeared in. As there's a slider right down the middle, freezes Bergen. Beautiful pitch, one away. And another strikeout for Ryan Sloan.
The shortstop, number 11,
picks up his 7th K of the game. That was his first looking strikeout. Every other one had been swinging. And Max Merlo steps in and fouls off a fastball, just taps it to the right side, out of play. Sloan gets set, delivers, fastball for strike 2. So 0-2, Sloan's ahead, gets set, delivers, high heat, but Merlot does not pull the trigger. Able to hold. Sloan comes set, and Merlot just sticks a bat out, makes contact, and fouls this one away. One-two count. Sloan gets set. This one hit very slow. Fleming does not have a play, and that's another error from number 12. Not his best showing in the field today.
Yeah, that one hit very slow there. Easy for the runner to get to first base.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if him making the play would have made the difference. I mean, that was so slow in the infield, and Merlot was flying down the line, like you pointed out, Luca. But nonetheless, that's yet another error for Josh Fleming. And Sloan has some traffic. It's trying to work out of it. That was ball 1 to Jeffrey Pruser. Sloan sets, delivers, ball 2 outside. Pruser struck out his last time up. And this one gets away from Rasmus. Sloan with the wild pitch. One of the very rare times Rasmus doesn't block it, but that fastball is thrown so hard and hit the ground just at such a late time. Merlot goes to second. Sloan fires in a strike on 3-0 to make it 3-1. Pruser still in a hitter's count, where he's heavily favored. Smacks this one to right field. And Turner waiting for the ball to come to him, and that's going to allow Merlot to score standing up. Jeffrey Pruser with a huge RBI single.
Betting next for the Red Devils.
Something you don't see very often. Ryan Sloan allowing
Jurak.
3 runs. As the Dukes are down 10. Luke Jurek, who walked his last time up, steps in for the 4th time today. Sloan has 1 out. Gets set, delivers slider in there for a strike. And they call Sloan for a balk. Going to second is Pruser. Sloan sets the pitch. Fastball. Not called for a strike. It's one to be over the plate. 1-1. So comes set. Swinging and missing. It's Jurek. The count is now 1-2. It's huge that he's getting ahead. So comes set. Throws a slider, swing, and a miss. Jurek strikes out for the first time today.
For the Red Devils,
and Grant Davis
first
steps
baseman,
in.
Number 2, Grant Davis.
Davis struck out his last time up. Sloan fires in a fastball. That one looked to be right down the middle. Not sure where that one missed, but the 1-0 is chopped to Reedy. Makes the play. Fires to first. Braun makes the grab, and they call him out. Great play by Paul Reedy. That's a bang-bang play. Braun had to stretch out extra far to make the snag, but he does a great job. Ryan Sloan gets out of it, but not after the Red Devils score one run. York chasing 4. Bottom of the 7th we go. Bottom of the 7th, last chance for the Dukes to make a comeback. Chris Danko leading things off. He's going to hit this one sharply, second base. The play is going to be made. Danko retired.
Batting next for the Dukes.
And quickly, Jimmy Spagaletti has one out,
Fleming.
and Josh Fleming steps into the dugout, or the batter's box, 1 for 3 with a double. Struck out his last time up. He looks at a curveball for a strike there. Spagaletti's curveball giving him a bit of trouble. As Fleming's going to flare this one out, and it's going to be foul. Hits that one off the end of his bat. Spagaletti's curveball is just very slow. Very high arc. And just dies off. A lot of these hitters just not used to seeing a curveball like that. The 0-2 is a high fastball that misses. one is a ball as well. 2-2. Spaghetti. 2-2. Cannot get Fleming there. He fouls his fastball off. Fleming staying alive. And he's going to drive the curveball to left field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Good piece of two-strike hitting from Josh Fleming, as that's a one-out base hit.
Batting next for the Dukes, the right fielder, number
Ryan
20,
Turner.
Ryan Turner.
He's 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. It's a chance to add to the traffic here. If the Dukes needed him, now's the time. Bottom 7, down 4. A key conference matchup as he takes strike 1. They need to win 2 out of the 3 here. Oh, Dukes are away tomorrow, home on Wednesday, and their final conference home game of the year. Then they go to Prospect on Saturday, and they host Naperville Central on Monday for their final home game before the IHSA baseball playoffs start.
Can't wait for those.
0-2 to Turner. Takes ball 1. And yeah, Luca, IHSA baseball playoffs. Always a fun time. And Turner fouls that one off. Even better time, especially when your team's playing well. Like the Dukes did last year. They're looking to repeat that success that they found in the playoffs. But you got to finish the regular season first. Spaghetti comes set, bounces in a curve. Ball 2. And just like against Fleming, started ahead and now is 2-2. Fastball outside, count is full. Spaghetti getting ahead early, but not able to keep his hold on the batters. Turner, however, pops this one up, skied into right center field. Does anyone have a play on it? The right fielder does. Center fielder a long run. Almost looked like he thought
Batting next for the Dukes,
no one was going to catch it.
first baseman, number 7,
Cruiser makes the
Jack
catch.
Braun.
Turner retired. And Jack Braun. Takes ball 1. Dukes down to their last out. Fleming on first. Braun takes strike 1. Braun drives this one. Deep right field, going back, and Brewster can't make the catch. It's off the wall. Braun crushes this one. Fleming scoring, standing up. Jack Braun, monster double. Dukes within 3. Huge hit from Jack Braun. Brewster ran into the
Batting next for the
outfield
Dukes,
wall.
the left fielder, number 4.
I don't really think he had a beat on that
Barton.
ball as that one hit the wall on the fly. That was crushed.
That's exactly what you need. Almost a home run there. But the Dukes now have an even bigger chance. Man on second here. 2 outs, though, a bit risky as strike 1 comes in.
At Barton, the hitter. Takes a curveball inside. Barton only has 1 strike on him, but a little bit more choked up on the bat, and that one is going to be hit right to the shortstop, and it bounces off his chest. Holding is Braun. Safe at first is Matt Barton, and the Dukes have the tying run at the plate in Ryan Lazowski.
Batting next for the Dukes, the The designated hitter, number 33, Ryan Lazowski.
Pitching conference at the mound. Lazowski steps in. Two outs. Takes ball one. The 1-0. Inside, ball two. Ball three. So 3-0 to Lazowski. 0 for 3 on the day. Nope. And that's ball four. He walks him on 4 pitches. Bases are loaded.
Heading next for the Dukes, the third baseman, number 21, Paul Reedy.
And Paul Reedy steps up to bat. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Reedy is the winning run. He takes ball one. Nico Ruggieri stands on deck. Reedy and Ruggieri contact hitters. And Lazowski getting pinch ran for and pulled out of the game. Eli Maurer.
Pitch running for the Dukes, number 5, Eli Maurer.
Coming in as permanent substitution this time, not just pinch running for Raz. Reedy grounds this one right side, fielded by the second baseman, and his throw is in time. The Red Devils are going to come out victorious on this one. Dukes had bases loaded with 2 outs, not able to capitalize. Central takes the first game of the series with a 10-7 victory. The Dukes, unfortunately, not able to score enough in the 7th.
Yeah, nonetheless, this was a great game for York, despite the loss. But let's talk about that third inning for both teams. That was the golden egg of all innings for both teams. Hinsdale Central having 2 outs, coming back saying, we're not just done. We're not done just yet. Let us get these 6 runs in with 2 outs. York firing right back right after 4 runs, making the game. Still very tight, very contested. Final score 10-7. Hinsdale with a good win again, first win in the series, as both teams will talk it out here.
Yeah, look at that. It was an important game for the Dukes to win. Their goal was to get second in the conference. Third in the conference. They have that right now, but getting second would be very nice. There are 2 more games in the series for them to accomplish that. Like I said, away tomorrow, home Wednesday. Weird schedule, playing 3 days in a row, so we'll see how that affects both teams. Unfortunately, couldn't come up on top today with York Sports Network alongside Luca DeSanto and Connor Choi. We thank you for watching today's broadcast of York Sports Network Varsity Baseball.